Hello, welcome to Dokkan Battle video. I fell asleep, and apparently I was goddamn correct. I'm a little late. I was asleep. I'm awake now. There's the BROLY. He does have a domain. He actually has a revive where I was completely correct, where he gets swallowed by the lava and comes out with the bubble thing. I find that kind of hilarious. I'll talk about his kid in a second. I'm gonna be so real.
Did you like it?
I'm really tired.
His active skill, Earth Crushing Arm, can massively raise his attack temporarily and deal ultimate damage.
He has a 3-turn domain. That's not that bad.
Can also create
that is a bit of an issue when it comes to AGL BROLY, but it only being up for 3 turns is not that bad.
About the domain's effects, it raises uncontrollable power, category allies, and enemies' attack and defense.
Okay, that's pretty okay.
It also raises the damage received by super class allies and enemies by 50%.
Also, I'm pretty sure he is the Dokkan Fest. I'll go back and look at the other stuff. I'm late. It's okay.
This
oh my Jesus!
Village will increase Broly's strength by a lot. While his domain
oh my God!
He can guard all attacks, and if the domain is active,
interest animation. Shimcast allies defense was 40% for 4 turns.
Other than intelligence,
260% attack needs to start a turn. 60% damage reduction. An additional 100% attack when attacking. Key +2 and increments 2% HP. Okay. For keys are obtained. While the domain is active. Randomly changes certain key sphere int and STR excluded to STR and start. Turn attacking turn guards all attacks.
There's even more. As we mentioned earlier,
and the character performs an attack. So he has guard when he attacks.
From the 5th turn from his entry turn, which is right when his entrance animation effect ends.
Oh, wait, starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn. Okay, that's not great.
The same turn is KO'd.
It is just turn 5 from his entry turn, which is not that bad, but that's like
defense is boosted.
That's not great either.
If he is revived by his own revival skill, the attack and defense of uncontrollable power.
Okay, you really want him to be the one to die because he gives 60% support
physical
for the turn. Okay.
Intelligence key spheres within his attacking turn.
Besides his offensive skill,
very odd buff.
Also includes high damage reduction, being able to change key spheres, and even being able to revive.
I don't know what I missed before this, I'm gonna be so honest.
With a slightly different approach.
Oh, I guess super attack effects and stuff. I'll go back, but like he seems okay. His art looks a little goofy to me, I'm not gonna lie. Also, I was like exactly correct. Like straight up Legendary Super Saiyan Broly with a domain and or with a revive.
Next up, we have the character featured in the Legendary Summon Carnival.
Oh, the carnival.
All-out super attack, Super Saiyan Gohan Teen.
This is just Gohan?
Has a standby skill, but with a little new twist. We will explain it in detail later.
Standby with a twist.
So first, take a look at his super attack and ultra super attack animations.
Yeah, he's good. It's just Gohan. That's interesting. Oh, I don't like that art. Okay, he just does almost like, oh, okay. Okay, that's a nice shot. This 18 key looks pretty good. His art is ugly. Oh! Are they gonna make that an AoE? I feel like that's kind of weird.
We have recreated the scene where he faced Broly in Goku's place in the second movie of the trilogy.
Let's move on to his abilities. His type is Super Strength.
STR is a pretty good typing right now. Bunch of categories. It looks like he's Kamehameha.
So that was the first thing. Kamehameha category allies stats by 200%.
Yeah, he has a 200% Kamehameha lead.
His super attack, Masenko, greatly raises attack and
okay, so he's in out of order. Kamehameha 200% is pretty good.
Colossal damage and has
There's a lot of really good Kamehameha characters. I would love if they didn't skip the super attacks, basically.
Super explosive wave
But I'll go back and we'll talk about it in a second. His art is gross. I don't like his art. He's like A posing. I don't like I don't like that art at all.
For 1 turn. Here is his passive skill.
Wait.
The number of attacks performed.
He was 5, attack is 100%, plus an additional key plus 2 attack 40%, up to 200%, and defense with 30%, but 150% with each attack performed. Plus an additional attack 70% with the same turn with each super attack performed. Okay. It's like Rose. Not just additional attack, there's a great chance of becoming a super attack if the key is 18 or more. The key is 24, gets an additional attack plus 58%, and launches an additional super attack. If HP is 77% or more, attacks effective as all types. When there's another Earth Red Fighter or Kamehameha category ally on the same turn, an additional key plus 2 and guard. And if HP is 77% or less when receiving an attack, high chance of evading enemy. That sucks. He's not very good, actually. Am I trolling? Is he not very good?
His attacks will be effective against
He looks really bad.
So together with the boost he receives from the number of attacks and
I mean, he has guard, but all he has is guard and a bunch of stats. And a couple super attacks. I need to look at his super attack effect again, but like he doesn't look very good to me.
He can launch up to 4 super attacks in a single turn.
Only 4?
Aim for very fast clears. Also, if there is another Kamehameha or Earth-bred fighter
getting 50% dodge only if you're below 77% HP is like trash.
Of evading an attack if his HP is lower than 77% when receiving it.
This guy doesn't look very good. He really doesn't. Maybe I'm underselling him. But like, he's just gonna do a lot of damage? Is that it? Like, he's just gonna be like mediocre but doing decent damage?
Both offense and defense. Time to introduce his standby skills.
Alright, his standby.
Let's first look at his animation.
They said there's a unique standby.
Here it is.
Oh, is this where we're gonna collect the Dragon Balls? Okay. What does it do?
Did you like it?
I mean, it's cool.
Skill,
During which 7 Dragon Balls appear. Charge count increases by 1 per key sphere obtained by allies. And by an additional 4 per Dragon Ball obtained by allies.
Which makes it not
okay, so this is the Dragon Ball effect.
Now we will explain his standby skill in detail.
Remember, we saw these like kind of in game before.
For 5 turns, during which
5 turns is a long ass standby. I hope this doesn't conflict with other characters. Like, I hope this is a different standby gauge that doesn't conflict with like. Because it looks like this is like a charge count one, which if it is, like just a regular charge count one, then that's going to conflict with stuff like the Miraculous Punch, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Jiren, that kind of thing, and I don't want that. I'm hoping it's just like a regular, a different standby gauge.
To give you a clearer idea, here are the actual visuals. Please take a look.
Alright, yeah, let's go. Alright, he enters a standby. Oh, okay. Oh, he has different art in his standby. Oh, no, look. it's a regular, it's a charge gauge. It's a charge gauge with the Dragon Balls on top of it. Ah.
And the number of Dragon Balls collected will affect his finish effect.
That's bad. I don't like that. It should have been a different charge count.
He has 3 types of finish effects.
3 finishes?
Effects and animations.
I guess a fail without all the Dragon Balls, and or not a fail with all the Dragon Balls, a full bar with all the Dragon Balls, and then a full bar with all the Dragon Balls. So with and without Dragon Balls. All right. I'm guessing it's the Kamehameha. It's gonna be him and Goten, and him, Goten, and Gohan or Goku. Okay. So this is, I'm guessing, the fail, the complete fail. Yep. Here comes Goten. Yep. My guess is this is if you complete the gauge, but you don't have all the Dragon Balls. It does look pretty good, though. This is usually his best animations. And then this is it probably if you have all the Dragon Balls and you got the max charge count. I don't like that we don't get to see Gohan or Goten running in, because I like that shot actually. And then here comes Goku, Spirit Goku. Yeah, that looks good. That looks nice. The rest of his animations are kind of whatever, but that animation looks nice. And then the Dragon Balls get scattered. That's a nice chaos screen. Okay.
As you might have expected, we have degraded a lot of key climax scenes in his animations.
The effects of his finished effects are as follows. Firstly, Kamehameha can be
34 or
activated when
less.
charge count is 34 or less.
That's a nice
The
art. I like that
character's
art
attack
actually.
is raised by
This art is nice.
15%
His
temporarily
on standby
every
art is
charge count,
really
and
bad.
he can deal ultimate damage to the enemy.
Yep.
Next,
With 6 or fewer Dragon, I'm on it. I know exactly what the hell is going on.
35 or more
I'm
with
in their
6
head.
or fewer Dragon Balls collected. It raises attack by 15% temporarily per charge count and deals super ultimate damage to the
And
enemy.
then with all the Dragon Balls is how much counts?
Lastly,
20% per.
family Kamehameha
Not a
can be
guaranteed crit, super effective
activated
with all
when
types.
charge
Okay.
count is 35 or more with 7
Would have preferred if it was
Dragon
just
Balls
guaranteed
collected.
crit. That's a lot of
It
counts.
raises
That's a lot of
attack
charge
by
counts though.
20% temporarily per charge count. Deals
No, actually, if
super
it's asking to
ultimate
collect
damage
all
to the
7 Dragon
enemy
Balls and you get
and
4 per
makes the
Dragon Ball.
character's attacks effective against all types.
Maybe it's not that bad.
That's
It's
all
28
for the
counts
finish
just from the
effects.
Dragon Balls.
Last but not least, let's talk about his abilities when he is in standby
Yes,
mode.
please show me his standby abilities.
He cannot attack unless launching a
Okay.
finish effect.
Attack plus
but he can
77% per
guard
superclass
all
ally
attacks.
attacking the same turn,
His
and if
attack
all allies
is
attacking the
raised
same turn,
for every
superclass reduces damage by
superclass ally
77%.
attacking in
Okay.
the same turn,
Defense was
and if
50% when
all
receiving
allies
an
attacking
attack
in
per
the
key
turn
sphere
are
obtained.
superclass,
Guards
he can reduce
plus an
damage
additional attack
received
plus
by
700 or 250.
77%,
Why is he?
making him shine brighter in
He's getting this
superclass
attack right, but that doesn't help him
Moreover,
until he pops his
his
actual
defense
standby.
when
That's
he
weird.
takes a hit will raise
And
for every
it being
key sphere
exclusively
obtained.
superclass means that you
Along
can't
with the
run like
previous
Tech of
effects,
Vegeta
this makes
on
him
the Super
hot
Saiyan
as
team
steel.
anymore, which is kind of
Collect as
unfortunate.
many key spheres as possible to raise defense and the charge count, and aim to launch a powerful
77
finish
and
attack.
defense. Okay,
His
he is getting a
attack
bunch of
is
stats, so
raised
he's
by
really decent in this mode.
258%
So
when he
I
launches
really
a
am
finish
not
effect,
impressed
so
by
he
what
can
I'm
deal
reading
massive
from
damage
his
with
like
the
base form.
aforementioned
This
finish
standby
effect,
looks significantly
just like
better,
the
but it
decisive
does
blow
heavily
in the movie.
restrict your team building to being exclusively
That's all
superclass.
for today's new information.
The Dokkan Festival and the legendary Summon Carnival, where you can summon. The new characters will both start from September 13th.
The
Please
13th.
wait a
Okay.
little more.
Before we wrap up, we have one more announcement to make.
All right, one more announcement, and then we'll go look at
This
Broly's
has
stuff.
already been announced in the in-game news, but regarding the unification with the Japanese version, the conditions for the number of rewards obtained from achieving first place on App Store or Google Play has changed.
Okay, so this is just stuff that we've heard about before.
Please check this slide for details.
Please be aware of the change, and they will be changing
Yeah.
starting next time.
I would prefer if they literally just made it so that if we hit top grossing on JP, then both versions get it, and if Global does, then both versions get it as well. I feel like that'd be good, but the fact that it's not is kind of annoying.
New Extreme Z Awakenings and more. Until the next
Awakenings? More than one?
video, thank you for sticking around till the end. See you.
Alright, so it's over. That's cool. Let me go and look back, because I didn't get to see Broly's initial stuff. So, it popped up with this.
Movie.
Alright, Broly and then Gohan. I need to take a look at Broly's stuff. Because I have not seen his animations at all, besides the active skill. Let's look at this real quick. This is an intro. Okay. That initial shot was kind of goofy, but I mean, that looks alright. Okay. I'm not super impressed with the card arts of either of these two characters. The only one that's really good is the standby of Gohan. That looks goofy as hell. Okay. That's something.
Isn't the BROLY?
Alright, what is his leader skill? Oh my god, I almost got his leader skill exactly correct. Okay, so I thought they were going to do Uncontrollable Power, Planetary Destruction, and Pure Sand, but they did Revenge instead. 30% movie bosses, transformation boost, and Pure Sand. What does that look like? So, Uncontrollable Power, Revenge, Planetary Destruction, movie boss, transformation boost, Pure Sand. Okay, 200%. So you got Uncontrollable Power, right? You got Revenge, which is not a good team, and Planetary Destruction. Right? Oh, that is Planet Namek. Planetary Destruction is what we need instead. Planetary Destruction. Okay. And then you got Movie Boss, Pure Sand, Transformation Boost. Alright. This is like the first team pair I guess I've ever shared with Broly, by the way. At least he should be on here. Yeah, he's on here. Okay, good. Shit. Okay, it's filled with garbage. Okay, I don't like this very much as a leader, but it's interesting, to say the least. You have physical Kabu, I guess. Okay, it's mediocre. Bio Broly! Okay, cool.
Destruction.
Alright.
Raised.
Super attack effects. Massively raises attack for one turn. Massively raises attack limits for one turn, with a high chance of further massively raising attack for one turn. It causes mega colossal damage with a great chance of. What the hell? Massively raises attack limits for one turn. The high chance of further raising defense for one turn. Causes colossal damage with a high. What the hell? So if you get this, you have a 50% chance to have your attack stat be stupid for the turn. Okay. That's odd. I do like that he gets 100% attack and defense on both super attacks, though. Alright. Then let me reread this, because maybe I was missing something in here. So his intro gives extreme class allies 40% defense for 4 turns, which is really, really nice for a lot of characters, especially Tech Ally Broly, not the old one, or not the new one, the EZA one that just came out earlier this morning. 200% attack even at the start of turn, 60% damage reduction, so automatically he's pretty solid. Plus an additional attack was 100% when attacking. Key plus 2 and recovers 2% HP per type key sphere. That's fine. With the domain active, he randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, int and STR included STR. I don't know why he changes them to STR when he's an int unit. That doesn't make any sense to me. Right? To STR key spheres at the start of character's attacking turn and guard. Right? But that's only active for 3 turns. So he has 3 turns of guard. Attacks effective against all types for the rest of battle when the character performs an attack while the domain is active. Starting from the 5th turn from the character's entry turn, which is not good. That's the same condition as like Vegito Blue. Revives a 60% HP recovered when the character or an ally attacking in the same turn is KO'd. Right? That's fine. Right? Plus an additional defense plus 60% when receiving an attack after the character or an ally's revival skill is activated. Okay, that's pretty good, I guess. Changes physical key spheres to int key spheres. And uncontrollable power category allies attacking him at 60% at the start of character's attacking turn, starting from the turn in which when the character's revival skill is active. So you really want his revive active, which means you're not running Metal Cooler. You're not cheesing with Metal Cooler because his only use is a revive, and you really want this guy's revive popped because then he becomes a support unit. I would have preferred if he was a rainbow orb changer instead of a weird STR int orb changer, but it is what it is. His active skill massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and creates his domain for 3 turns. Can be activated as a Goku family category enemy, or when all allies attacking in the same turn, or uncontrollable power. Now, what you can do, and it's pretty interesting, right? Funny enough, this plays with Tech Broly, what you can do is you can pop this immediately, sack easy A-Tech Broly, and then you have his domain active, and then you have like his extra defense and his support ability. That I think that'd be an interesting thing you could do, and it's kind of funny. And then again, his active skill, right? They say, yeah, this is what the domain does: 15% attack and defense for uncontrollable power category characters. Increases superclass and damage to superclass enemies and allies by 15% and 10% for characters who belong to the movie heroes. That's pretty good. Like, he's going to be doing a stupid amount of damage. And again, this is going to make easy attack Broly do even more damage. Let's take a look again at Gohan, because I think I'm missing something with Gohan. Yeah, I need to look at his super attack effects. Gohan super attack effects. 18 ki, 50% attack, 30% defense for 1 turn, causes mega colossal damage to enemy, raises superclass allies defense by 50% for 1 turn. That only matters in slot 2 because this guy is not going in slot 1. He's kind of garbage. Greatly raises attack and defense and greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, causes colossal damage with a high chance of stunning. Okay, okay. Super attack effects are okay. At least he has defense on that. Kamehameha 200%. So that's not really something we have to look at. Okay, I'll move myself out the way here. That way you guys can see this. I don't know if it's just me, but to me personally, he does not seem very good. So real quick, let's take a look at this here. Gohan gets Ki 5, 200% attack and defense. Okay. An additional Ki plus 2, 40% attack up to 200%, and defense with 30% up to 150% with each attack performed. That means he needs to do 5 attacks to get his max defense, and 5 attacks. That's not great. That is not great. He gets 77% attack in the same turn with each super attack performed, which means he's going to be doing decent damage, especially if he gets a couple super attacks off. He gets an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack when Ki is 18 or more. So you already want to hit him at 18 Ki. If you hit 24 Ki, he gets an additional 58% attack. So he's already and he gets a guaranteed additional super attack. So he's already going to have 1 instance of his 77% attack from this, as well as the 58% attack by being at 24 Ki. So he's already going to explode in damage and get another super attack off, which again gives him 30% defense for the turn, which is not nearly enough for what this guy seems to need, in my opinion. Right? If you happen to be above 70% HP, you get super effective against all types, and when there is a Kamehameha or Earthbred Fighter category ally attacking the same turn, you get Ki plus 2 and guard. I think all of this might be tied to the 77% HP or more, which is kind of annoying. But either way, you're gonna want to have Kamehameha and Earthbred Fighter category allies like all over the place. This guy is gonna desperately need the Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, by the way. Like, desperately. If you happen to be below 77% HP, when receiving an attack, he has a high chance to dodge. That's shit. I'm sorry. That's garbage. Like, this guy in base is, like, trash. He's going to do really big damage, but his defense is probably going to be not very good. I'm sorry. He's not great. His standby is for 5 turns. You're gonna want to collect 7 Dragon Balls and get over 35 charges, which is kind of a big ask unless you're running a bunch of orb changers. So fair enough, I guess. All right, can be activated when HP is 77% or less, or starting from the 3rd turn. You're gonna want to activate this and be in this as much as possible. It's for 5 turns. You're gonna want to be in this. His base form is kind of garbage defensively. It's gonna do decent damage, but it's kind of trash. You're gonna want to be in this as long as possible. You're not gonna want to exit out of this. But the problem with this, right? Like, for all 5 of those turns, where is this passive at? Where's the passive? Come on. Okay, that's right. The problem with this, right? You are gonna want to have the full superclass rotation. That way you can get the 77% damage reduction, and you're gonna want to be pumping orbs into them as much as possible. They're gonna be very similar to like Oob and Jiren, right? Where you're gonna need to get a bunch of orbs to enable to do that. Except the thing is, Oob and Jiren, at least Oob for 1 turn and Jiren as well, they create their own orbs. This character does not do that, right? So you're gonna have this character in slot 1 and Goku, Gohan, and Trunks in slot 2, creating orbs for them, and probably like Bulma as well, creating orbs for them. That way, they're not gonna get neutered because they have no other defense besides their 77% damage reduction. If you are not getting a bunch of Ki spheres, I am gonna be really honest. I personally do not like the design of this card. I think the design of this card is kind of bad. I think they're going to be effective. I think they're going to be able to do decent stuff and going to be able to show off really cool. You're going to be able to see a lot of screenshots where they're doing big PP damage. I just personally do not like this card very much. I don't think they're very good. I don't even know if they're top 10. Like, this does not look good to me. Everything that they're doing. Maybe the finish skill is going to do absolutely stupid big PP haha funny damage, right? Because you're in there for 5 goddamn turns, right? And you can build up an absolute stupid amount of charges with stuff like Vegeta and Piccolo, Bulma, Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, right? You have characters like that who can change a lot of orbs on the field, but I just personally don't think that this card is very good. Besides, like, getting into this form, pumping orbs into them, getting all the Dragon Balls, and then going from there. It just feels kind of bad to me, especially his base form. His base form feels terrible, at least from the way I'm reading it. Anyway, that's pretty much all they talked about. They didn't reveal anything else. Let me know what you guys think about Broly and Gohan. Again, I don't like Gohan's art. I don't like his base form's kit. I don't really like his standby restricting your team building because now you can't run Tech Vegeta on the Super Saiyan team anymore. It's just not something that I'm really a big fan of. Broly's art looks okay. His animations look okay, and he looks like he's going to be really effective and kind of funny synergy with the weaker Brolys. So I think the Broly is probably going to be a lot better, and I might actually summon for him. The Gohan, he's going to be a coin unit for me personally. Let me know how you guys feel about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.